Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our tangible activities session. My name is Simpiwe Mahakwe, and I'm part of the tangible team. Here joining me today is we have Wendy, who is our comms manager, who's behind the scenes acting as support. And then we have Svongile, who's going to be the lady that you contact via info. And then we have Jade, who's going to be support for you via WhatsApp. I'll share all their emails and contact info after the session at the end so that you find it easy to follow up with them. If you're here today, it's because you've participated in our tournaments before and you would like to participate in Coding for Africa, or you're fairly new and you saw a post either on our socials and you're wanting to get your school or your organization to participate this year in our Coding for Africa. So welcome. My role today is just to make sure that your process of participating this year is easier. And as accessible as possible to everybody. So I just want to share my screen quickly so that we are seeing the same thing. So let's share that. Okay, I'll jump on there. Then slideshow. Okay. So this is our activities packs information session. Welcome. And if you have participated before in our tournament, it was previously known as Coding for Mandela. This year, we're calling it Coding for Africa because we are getting the whole of Africa participating this year. So, what will we be covering today? What are Coding for Africa activity packs? Who can participate? The 4 interactive activities that you're going to be doing and using for your classrooms and your organizations, how to access the resources and get support from the team, recognition and participation opportunities, and then just at the end we'll have a lovely Q&A session for all the answers for all the questions that you might have that maybe we had missed in our session. So to get into it, what are the Coding for Africa activities packs? So they are fun, interactive, unplugged activities designed to introduce learners to coding and computational thinking concepts through play. What would your learners be gaining from this? They're going to be gaining skills such as problem solving, sequencing, logical thinking, following instructions, collaboration, creativity. And the best part of it all, you don't need a device for this. It's learning through play. It's easy to facilitate. It's suitable for schools, libraries, community organizations, and. So all you need is just the activities and access to our chatbot, which I'll jump into shortly. Then, who can participate? Schools, libraries, community organizations. It's mainly for grade R's to grade 6 learners. So for your grade R's to grade 3s, all they need to participate in is the interactive activities. For the grade 4 to 6, learners can participate in interactive activities and also participate in the tournament. If you or your organization or your school are interested in participating in the tournament, please sign up. The same post or link that you had gotten before came along with the second link that was for the tournament registration. Please register. The session will be tomorrow at the same time, and we'll share more on how you can get your school or your organization participating in the tournament. So what are the different activities that currently exist? We have the fruit game, which learners will create and follow sequences using fruit cards, action, introducing coding as a set of instructions, and building sequencing patterns and problem solving. Then we have Madiba's shirt, where learners use patterns and coding cards to design their own Madiba shirt, developing creativity, logical thinking, pattern recognition, and following instructions. Then we have the Madiba robot, where learners explore what robots are, how they work, then design their own, introducing the idea that robots follow instructions and helping them think like programmers. Then we have the Mandela Day dance, which learners follow movement commands through a fun dance activity, showing that coding is a sequence of instructions while encouraging teamwork and participation. So if you look at all of these activities, at the end, they learn something about coding through fun and interactive activities. Then how to access these resources and get support. We have created a WhatsApp chatbot that has all the information that you will need to participate this year, where you can register on that chatbot, where you can get the activities on that chatbot, where you can submit your participation on the same chatbot. I will be walking you through how to interact with the chatbot, because we are aware that not everybody has interacted with the chatbot before, and we would show you now how to interact with it to get all this information and get all the support that you need. So what you would need is obviously either the QR code or use the WhatsApp number, or just click the link to gain access to the chatbot. Please note that we will be sending you these slides as well, and sending you an info pack that you can then have access to the number and the QR code. But if you'd like to, just now, I'll just give you a minute or two just to take in the number or scan the QR code that is on my screen right now, so that as I walk through the chatbot, you can walk through it with me. So let me just get my WhatsApp up so that we can do this together. Okay. So I'm just gonna show a glimpse of my WhatsApp, because we don't want you to be disrupted by all the other messages that will pop up on my chat. Just to make sure, can everybody see the screen? Or Wendy, can you just let me know if the screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So the first thing I would like to lead with, your chatbot doesn't stay active forever and ever. It does kind of not sign out, but kind of go to sleep. Let me put it lightly. So from time to time, when you interact with the activity, you might get a message that says the chat will end in 5 minutes. If you'd like to access the chatbot again after the chat has ended, send the word menu, and the main menu will open, right? So we can type menu here, right? For those registering for the first time, what will pop up here is a message that is written coding for Africa, right? So when you open the chatbot for the first time, this is what you will see. This space will be very much empty, and all you have to do is just press the send button. After you press the send button, you'll get menu options. I get to the tournament menu options because I registered for the tournament menu options. Sorry, let me just open that a bit. Okay, so if you are a grade R to grade 3 teacher, or you basically in your organization work with grade R's to grade 3, this is the option that you will select to get the interactive activities. So you would click on that. And the first message that you get is, are you thinking about joining Coding for Africa 2026? obviously last week, for those of you who had registered and joined on the chatbot, the first message you got was for today's session. So that's the Zoom link. And then it tells you, like I'd mentioned earlier, you don't need a device. It's just playing together with your learners. So then you'll click menu here. How does this work? You click that. Please give it, just count to 3 so that you can just give it time to load up the information that you need. It tells you Coding for Africa for grade R to grade 3 is designed for classroom participation and teaches all of these aspects that I had also mentioned earlier. The activities do take between 10 to 20 minutes based on how quickly your kids can understand the concepts, but they're fairly easy as well. And as we all know, if you're teachers and you work with learners, sometimes it takes longer to settle your kids down and to get them focused and in gear. But once you start working on the activity, it should take you fairly 10 to 20 minutes to complete. So menu here. So now you would like to actually start an activity, right? So you click start an activity, get the activity that you're going to want to be using to participate. So it says choose today's activity, right? So you'll choose any of the 4 activities here. Please note that you can try as many as you like, or you can try one, but you can try all 4, and you have until the 18th of August to just do all these 4 activities with your learners and submit them. So for example, if you click the fruit game, it says learners assign fun physical actions like jumping or shouting to different fruit posters. They take turns holding up the posters to guide the class and eventually create repeating pattern. Main coding skill, pattern matching and sequencing. And then this is the activity itself. So I had already downloaded it, but it will give you an option to actually download, and then you can just open it up. And there you have it. That is your activity. And then if you just, sorry, let me just scroll up. If you get it in there, it then tells you what you need to do for each and every activity and how to conduct it with your learners. It's very simple, very straightforward. But if you find yourself struggling, you can contact us at any time and we are more than happy to walk you through it. But generally, if you can see, it tells you assign an action to each fruit. For example, apple jump, pear hands on head, cherry shout Mandela, peach hug each other, get 4 learners to come to the front and give each one a poster. The learners randomly hold up their posters and the class responds. So if the first learner holds up an apple, it means all the learners in the classroom now have to jump. If they hold up a pear up, then hands on the head. If there's a cherry, if one of the learners is holding up a cherry, they shout Mandela. So it's very easy to use and engage with your learners as well. There are 3 activities here that you do for the fruit game activity. Then once you're done doing this with your learners, you can then try another activity. Right? And then you can do another activity here, right? Now, how do you submit what you have done with your learners? So you can say menu, let me just select, let's say we're doing the fruit game one, let's do that. Just give it a moment, right? So all you do is select back. And then it'll give you the original options here. You've now done your fruit activity game. You go to submit participation. Currently, participation is closed, but it will be opening soon in July. So for in the meantime, you'll be getting a message that says submissions will open soon. right? But as soon as the submissions are open, you will be getting a message from the chatbot that will tell you that submissions for activities are now open and then guide you through how to submit, right? How do you get support from the team, right? So you can say get support, and that opens up. So we have our tournament support email, which is info, and our WhatsApp support line, which is the 066 here at the bottom. This is handled by Jade, who is our admin lady, and this one is handled by our info lady, which is Sbongile. So if you prefer WhatsApp, you can just click on that and just WhatsApp Jade and say, hi, Jade. I'm struggling currently either to get activities or I need assistance here and here, and then Jade will be more than happy to assist. Or maybe you prefer an email, so you can just email Swengile and say, hi, Swengile, I'm struggling with the chatbot, or I'm struggling to do this. Can you assist maybe with submission? And they will support accordingly, right? Then you can select grade R to grade 3 if you need the same options to be presented to you again. So you click menu here. And then now we've done how does it work, started how do I get an activity, how do I submit an activity, how do I get support, and that's all you need to do. For all the interactive activities, you only follow 3 steps. You register, you try out an activity, and you submit your participation. And then once we close the tournament period on the 18th of August, a week later or the Friday after that, we'll then announce winners and. So that is the chatbot. Please remember that again, your chatbot does go to sleep. So all you need to do when it does go to sleep is just type coding for Africa, or you type menu and the menu option will pop up again. I hope that helps. Okay. So I am gonna move on from the chatbot and then jump into recognitions and certificates and prizes. So for everybody who's going to be participating in the interactive activities, we're going to have recognition categories, for most active school, most active library or organization, teacher champion award. We'll have cool prizes like gazebos, speakers, school stationery packs, and participants may also receive certificates, electronic certificates. So we will be sharing a electronic template that you can use to issue our certificates to your learners for their participation. That will also be shared via the chatbot. So you will get a message that says, please kindly find your e-certificate that you can use for your learners for their participation in the tournament this year. And that comes to the end of my presentation and sharing for all the ways you can participate and what our interactive activities are. I will now be taking questions. I just want to stop presenting and then go back to the screen. So stop sharing. Okay. So you can raise your hand if you have any questions that you would like to ask, either to myself or anybody on the team. So we have Achi Tobejani. Please unmute yourself and just ask your question.
Okay, my question is concerning the dates for the tournament.
Hi, Achi. How are you?
Oh, sorry. Hi, how are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm all good. I have a couple of
Good, thank
questions.
you. No
The
problem,
first,
ma'am. No problem. So
uh,
sorry.
my first question is, I want to know the specific date as to, because I heard you were saying, I'm still new, by the way. I'm new, so I still don't
Yes.
know how procedures are going. So the first thing I want to
Yes.
know is, when you say the tournament will be closing in on the 18th,
Yes.
I'm lost there. I'm lost there a little bit. 18th
Okay.
of August.
So let me answer your first question before you go on to your second. So the tournament is opened from the 18th of July to the 18th of August. You can submit the activities any day between the 18th of July till the 18th of August. But once the 18th of August comes, we will then close the tournament, meaning that any submissions that come after will not be able to, you won't be able to submit anything after the 18th because our tournament period will be closed. I don't know if that makes sense.
Or you mean the submission of the activities?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Okay. And then your second question.
I think that sums up. You said all the games that you listed, they don't need any supporting material. You can do it uh, without any need of any material to be bought.
So all the supporting materials are attached there. I just want to see if the activity that I'd opened is still opened. Let me just share my screen again so that you see that. Okay, so let's go there. So if you see the first activity that I downloaded, which was the fruit game, if you scroll
Yes.
down here, you have all the supporting material that you need. So all you need are
Oh,
these cards, right? So you'll print this out, cut it out, and then give it to your learners, right? So with like the Mandela song, for example, we provide the song for you to play in your classroom and get the kids dancing, etc. So each activity has its own supporting resource.
okay.
Thank you for your question. Okay.
I
So,
think in relation to registration, you said that it'll be discussed tomorrow.
so no, you will register on the chatbot. So when you click the link that I showed you before with the number, when you click on it, it will ask you to register. So then you can just register through the chatbot.
I think through that I've gathered because I saw the meeting for tomorrow saying that it's more about the registrations and participation. So I thought maybe after that, that's when we can register.
No, so tomorrow's webinar is
Uh-huh.
about the tournament aspect of it. So we have two activities that you can participate in. It's either the interactive activities where you get these activities with their resources and you do it with your grade R's to grade 6, or we have the tournament aspect, which you do with your grade 4s to grade 12s. That includes, that specific one requires you to have a device and has like good coding levels that are attached to it. So it's two different activities.
No, it's noted. I think that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Archie. And then we have Moses. Moses, are you still there? Please just unmute your mic. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Moses.
Okay, fine. We have I have been doing coding for the past possibly 10 years, and Africa is a huge country that has got an immense number of countries, which are basically 54. And when we basically say that we are coding for Africa, and young people, and Africa being one of the youngest continents in the world, I want to categorically say what happens after this. Is it just another event where kids will code and then we forget about the whole event and then it's not done again? We code for a while and then we don't realize how much coding is getting into whatever we're doing in terms of STEM, in terms of robotics, in terms of everything is being autonomized, and coding is one aspect of where we need to go back to with this whole thing. So I'm wondering what happens after this. And secondly, we
Can
are
I
trying
just
to
answer your first question first? Is that fine?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So after the tournament, for instance, now you are on the chatbot. On the chatbot, we do have resources similar to the activities that are available for the grade R's to grade 6, and they are issued per term as well. So there are activities that you can do with your kids throughout the whole year to support you in running either your coding clubs or running sessions with your kids in your organizations or your schools, right? Unfortunately, currently, we do not have enough resources to cover the grade 7s to grade 12 for a full-on program, but we do have intro introduction to basic coding and algorithms concepts, which is a full-on 6-month program that you can then contact us afterwards. You've participated in Coding for Africa and you're like, hey, I would actually like to then continue with my school organization and get them introduced to coding and algorithms at its basic state. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Cynthia, part of it. I need to also say this, that we're making a lot of assumptions, because what is practical in South Africa might not be what is practical in Zimbabwe, or what is practical
Sure.
in Tanzania, or what is practical
Sure.
in Uganda. So I
Yes.
tend to think one of the things we really need to address is we look at a level playing field where all of us as 54 countries, and I realize that with the little experience I have, for example, when you look at what Lego is doing, or when you look at Vex Robotic is doing across the US and across the UK with the micropets, and this is one of the aspects that we need to look at as coding for Africa. If we have got one single platform and we say, this is what we use for coding for our various ages and for our various schools, then that makes it possible to leverage the next level of how coding is looked at in the African continent. I really feel it's important that we need to look at this with a bigger picture and a bigger mind, rather than confining it to just a few countries and not giving an opportunities to say, like, okay, fine, what are we doing the same in Kenya that is being done in South Africa, or what is being done in Tanzania, or what is being done in Rwanda? So that when we compile something in terms of coding, then we're able to say, like, we're able to have one single platform where all the students realize that we're doing one thing the same, and then coming up with different things. That's just my 2 cents worth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Moses, for that. So as Tangible, we solely focus on unplugged coding because it's very cost effective. On our side, we have found that with the African countries that do get involved, it's worked out for them. I can't speak on behalf of Lego and Scratch and all the other organizations. And as I said, please, you're more than welcome to contact us in any country that you are in Africa that you need support in facilitating and introducing unplugged coding to your schools and your organizations. And we are very much open to assisting you get started to begin with. And when it comes to getting everyone involved, we've seen that happen, that they are getting organizations together. I know Tangible has participated in conversations like that. And how do we help facilitate coding in Africa? But it's not a one organization thing. It is a multiple organization and government as well to get involved in helping through that. But thank you so much for your 2 cents. And then we have Wena.
Hello,
Hi, Kwena. How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. I joined I think a little bit later in on I think it was like 5 minutes in. So I don't know if you addressed it, but the activities that we're supposed to submit with our learners, we submit
Yes.
them in video format, right?
So no, you are not gonna have to submit them in video format. You just submit how many of your kids actually participated in the activity itself. Wendy, do you wanna chime in?
Sure. Hello,
Yes.
everybody. So yes, this was also a question that came up a bit in the Q&A. So you don't need to submit any photos or videos, and that's partly because of the POPI Act. We want to protect the children that are in your care. So all we're going to ask you, which you'll get when you use the WhatsApp chatbot, is we'll ask you a question of how many children participated or completed the activities, and you'll put in the number of children that did them. So we're not asking for any videos or photos, as I say, just because of the POPI Act and child protection laws. So.
Okay, no, noted. So, when participating, do I only have to focus like on grade three? If I'm a grade three teacher, I focus on grade three, or can I pick learners from random classes like grade one, two, three, and combine them and do the activities with them?
Yes, you are more than welcome to do with different grades, your grade arts to grade threes. So we know that sometimes we get that it's you as Mrs. Kwena who got interested, and then you introduced us to other teachers who would like to get their classes as well involved. So you can get your grade R's to grade three, and we don't have a specific number capacity as well. So as many as you would like your learners to participate, they can.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I see Linnea. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Yes, it's Lene. How are you?
Okay. I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. It's not my first time doing tangible. Actually, this would be my fourth time doing tangible, but I'm at a
Oh,
new school
wow.
now. The school I'm
Okay.
usually at was much smaller, so we like never had the amounts of learners. I remember last year we did the Mandela dance. We went to the Mandela statue in Bloemfontein and we did the dance there and we submitted, but we never, hit the finals. I take it because we didn't have enough learners at my previous school. We were almost just like 5 or 6. We were very few
Yes.
learners in the school.
Yes.
But now I'm at a very big, much bigger school. So the way I was thinking of approaching it is printing the activities and then going from class to class and doing the activities in the classes. But when I
Yeah.
submit, do I need to submit the amount of learners per grade or per class, or do I submit the whole school's number?
So you can do it per grade. I think that will be so helpful because I think also it is going to be split per grade, if I'm not mistaken. So please do it per grade. As you submit, all your submissions will be linked to you. So we will be able to see like overall how many kids,
Okay. All right.
yes,
Yeah, that was
participated.
actually my
Yes.
question. Will they add all the learners together? Okay.
Yes,
All right. No.
yes, yes.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
then just to ease you as well, it's not necessarily, we do have a category for the biggest number of participation, but we also have like the coolest video. So you could have like 5 kids who are dancing. Please, if you just have those kids who are dancing or doing the interactive activities, it
Yeah.
doesn't
But
take
like I
away
said, this is
from
my
what you're
fourth
doing
time.
here.
Yeah, the previous
Yes.
3 times we didn't even, and yeah, we got a little bit, how can I say, demotivated. Like the previous tournament you guys had, we did the Juicy Gems, and all my learners played that game on their
Yes,
cell phones with their personal data, and they got
yes,
extremely high marks. And then when the
yes,
results were given, the girl that won, her points were less than the one of my highest learners, and I don't know, but we never got a prize. So yeah, our learners got a little bit negative because I felt they're putting
Yeah,
in all the work and are never getting any recognition. But in any case, I'm at a new school now, so we'll try again.
please do keep trying. Thank you, Lenny.
Okay.
I think I just want to come in again just on the photos and videos because Lene, you reminded
Yes.
me to, if you're doing Mandela, the coding for Mandela dance or that kind of thing, we do want to see the videos and we do want to see the photos. We just can't store them. So if you have them and you can share them from your school accounts on Facebook or Instagram, or you want to email them to us, whatever, we'd love to see that. But yeah, please just tag us in it or use the hashtag coding for Africa so that we can find the visuals and the images. But yeah, we just can't store them on our system due to the Poppy Act.
Thanks, Wendy. I think we've taken all of the questions. I don't see any hands up anymore. I see there are questions in the Q&A. Let me just open that up. Please share the minutes of the meeting. Yes, we will be sharing the recording of the meeting. I think we're going to also put it on YouTube. So it's also going to be on YouTube on our Tangible YouTube channel. So you can also access it from there and you can just rewatch the video again. And then, yeah, I think there was just that. Okay, cool. I think I have Masabata. Masabata, please just don't forget to unmute your mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Hi.
All right. No, thank you so much. This is our first time. We're going to be participating for the very first time.
Welcome.
Thank you. We have about 50 grade Rs and just one grade 4. So you said for the grade Rs, they will only do the interactive activities. So I just want to know, are we limited in terms of the numbers of learners that can participate or
No,
any number?
you can, yes, you can get as many or as few learners you want to participate. So we don't have a cap on the numbers. So for the interactive activities, you can do it with your classroom. That's fine. The only cap that we have that's for the tournament is not even a cap, but it has a starting number because in the tournaments they play as a team. But for the interactive activities, you can get as many learners or as few learners as you want to participate.
Oh, okay. The second one, our coding club, do we need to be registered somewhere to be recognized as a coding club, or by just joining the WhatsApp chat, we are okay?
Yes, so by just joining the WhatsApp chatbot, you're already registered on our system. Because as
Oh,
you register your school, you register yourself as the champion teacher of your school. So generally by doing that and joining our chatbot, you're
okay. I think the third one, I think this one is going to be the last one. I think I was just going through your website. I saw somewhere that you also have lesson plans that are aligned with CAP's curriculum. How do we access those lesson plans?
Hi, I'm going to answer because I think some P-Ways connection might have frozen. So the lesson plans you can also get through the chatbot if you go to the main menu. So if you saw in the presentation, some P-Way typed in menu a few times. When you type in menu, it'll actually come up and say lesson plans, coding for Africa, and I can't remember what the third one is. But if you go to the lesson plans, it'll then give you the option to access the lesson plans for the correct grade that you want.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I think that will be all from my side.
No problem. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you participate.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions? Let me check in the meantime while we wait for some P-Way to come back. Are we also allowed to share the video recording with other teachers or schools? Selby's asking that. So Selby, that will depend on what your school's own requirements are around sharing the Poppy Act and sharing children in videos and photos. So if your school allows that video recording to be shared, then you're allowed to do it, but it very much depends on what your policies are. We can't speak to that. So I see Simpiwe's back. Maybe Simpiwe, do you want to answer Tyler's question that's just come in about are the two competitions separate, or can we choose to participate in one or both?
So you can participate in both. For instance, you will have your grade R's to grade 6 want to participate maybe in the interactive activities, and then you can get your grade 4s to grade 7s to participate in the tournament itself. So you can participate in both. It's also based on your capacity as a school to actually do both. But if you want to do both, you can do both. For the grade R's to grade 3s, unfortunately, it's just for the interactive activities only. So I hope I answered your question. Okay, says thank you. Okay. So one other question came in. It says, sorry, I meant sharing this video.
Yes,
I think
I
that's
just
one
addressed.
for you, Wendy. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I know, just address that. So yes, Salvi, if you meant sharing this video, then yes, you're welcome to share this video as far and wide as you want. We'll be putting it on YouTube too and on the Facebook channel. So it's definitely publicly available. It's not something that you need to keep to yourself. It's not part of the Poppy Act. Some people and I have given permission for our videos to be shared. So yeah, feel free to
Yes,
share
we
this. The
have.
more people, the further it can go, the more people that can get involved, the better.
Okay. And then we have one question that says, is the Madiba dance the same as last year? Yes, it is the same as last year. We haven't changed it. And I think that covers the questions on the Q&A. Okay, one more comes. Hi, if we enter for grade R's to grade 3, do we submit the activities? Yes, you submit all the activities that you do for all the grades that you do it with on the chatbot. You will be notified when submissions are opened through the chatbot, and then you can start submitting. And then there's one more. It says, thanks once more. It's a pleasure. And then there's one more. It says, if I'm teaching grade 9, am I allowed to conduct the activities? You can conduct the activities, but you cannot submit them as participation because for the grade 9s, we are doing just tournaments, not the interactive activities. That's for Olani. And then we have, I'm late. Can I have a video sent to me, please? Yes, you will definitely get the video sent to you, and it'll also be on our YouTube channel under Tangible, and you can access it from there. And again, as Wendy said, you can share it with other teachers and organizations to share information and get other people involved as well. I'll just give it a minute, Wendy, just to see if any more questions come in, and then I think we can wrap it up.
Perfect. Simpiwe, I was just thinking maybe something important to say to everyone around the submission is that the reason we ask you to submit the participation of your activities is that we try to record how many learners have had an opportunity to explore coding and this type of thinking and problem solving. And so by you telling us these numbers, we can then come back and we can report to all of you and to our funders and say, we had over 50,000 children participating. So last year we had over 50,000 learners participating, and we'd love to be able to this year say we had over 75,000 or 100,000, but that depends on all of you actually letting us know if you use the program, if another teacher in your school uses the activities. So it is very important for you to let us know if you do. So yeah, please don't just see it as like a little tick box thing, but it actually, first of all, it makes our day and it makes us feel like, yes, what we do has meaning.
Yeah.
But second of
Yeah.
all, it also helps us to do more of this. And I think Moses was asking earlier, like, how do we get this across more of Africa? And I think the more that you let us know you're using the materials, whether that's for Coding for Africa, or whether it's for the ones that we have that are according to the curriculum that go out all year, whenever we get feedback that these are valuable for us, it allows us to go and try find more funding to create more of this to help you more. So yeah, please do remember to submit your activities. It means a lot.
Thanks, Wendy, for that. So I think we don't have any more questions. And as Wendy said, we love seeing what you guys are doing and how far we are reaching, so that we can also continue supporting you guys. So thank you so much for joining today. And if you're going to be joining the tournament, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 2:00. Please don't forget to register on the link as well, and look out for the recording for those of you who joined late. Wendy will be sending that to everybody who registered for this session, and also it will be on our YouTube channel. And then all the best to everybody participating in Coding for Africa this year. So yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.